it's a marshmallow world in the winter, when the snow comes to cover the ground. It's a wicked day, it's a winter's day, I wait for it the whole year around. It's a marshmallow world in the winter. Well, it's not winter and it's not really a marshmallow world. It's summer and it's hot outside, and I really don't want to fire up my oven, so I'm going to make some special microwave treats. Now, all of you have heard of Rice Krispie squares, but how many of you ever had Cheerio squares? Well, that's what we're going to make today. And it's very similar to Rice Krispie squares, only instead of Rice Krispies, you use Cheerios. And there's a slight variation in the amounts of marshmallows and butter. But where you only have Rice Krispies, with Cheerios, you can have Honey Nut Cheerios, you can have regular Cheerios, or you can have multigrain Cheerios. Or in a pinch, you can substitute Fruit Loops. But I'm using multigrain Cheerios today. So let's get busy. What are we going to need? Well, the first thing you're going to need is a large microwavable bowl. And I like to grease mine on the inside so the marshmallows won't stick to the bowl. Then you're going to want 3 tablespoons of butter or margarine. Now for these I'm using margarine. I usually use butter for my baking, but for these I'm going to use margarine just because it doesn't really affect the flavor. It's more just to give your little viscosity to your marshmallow mixture. And then you're going to want 6 cups, that's 6 cups of miniature marshmallows. And now we're going to microwave these for 2 minutes to melt them. But we're going to do 1 minute, and then we're going to stir them. And to stir them, you're going to want to have an oiled or greased spoon, otherwise the mixture is going to stick to your spoon. So let's pop these in the microwave for a minute, shall we? And you'll want that on high power, although that's your sort of normal setting on your microwave. You usually have to adjust it to go to a different power. So we'll let those melt there for a minute, and then we'll get them up and give them a stir. These are pretty easy to make. Can't really go wrong. Well, the other thing ahead of time is you want a 9 by 13 Pyrex dish or something, and you want to grease it really well. You can see I've really lubed that up because you don't want your squares to stick to your pan and you won't be able to get them out. Something else I forgot to get out. It's a glass. Why do we want a glass? Well, we're gonna grease the bottom of the glass. Just the bottom. You don't want to do the whole thing, but we're going to use that to press our treats into the pan. Alrighty. These out of here. It looks like they've started to melt, but they're not quite there yet. They're getting gooey. You can see even with a buttered spoon, they're starting to stick to the spoon. Get that butter mixed in there, the margarine mixed in with the mellows instead of just having them on place. Oh yeah, that's melting good. Now, so you can see how it stuck a little bit even with me greasing the spoon. Alright, let's put them in. We'll put them in for 1 more minute. And that should hopefully finish melting them. Just going to butter my silicone spatula too. Nothing's supposed to stick to the silicone, but if you ever work with melted marshmallows, you know that's not necessarily the case.
wash your hands too often. Impossibility. Unless you just stand at the sink washing your hands from time to get up to time to go to bed, then I guess that would be a word enough. Alrighty. We're almost there, down to 4 seconds. Oh yeah, they're all nice and melted now. And let's take our spoon and just, they kind of fluff up when you first start melting them. That's okay. Okay, you just want to whip them up really well and get all those, that butter or margarine, whichever you're using, mixed through there. Now you're going to want 5 cups of Cheerios. And you're just going to start mixing them into there. Like I say, you're going to vary this up a little bit depending on what flavor of Cheerios you use, whether you use Honey Nut Cheerios or regular Cheerios or multi-grain Cheerios. So if you really want to vary them up, you could substitute Rice Krispies. No, not Rice Krispies. I mean Rice Krispies, Chris. Fruit Loops or some other dry cereal. What are some other dry cereals? Captain Crunch, I guess. Cocoa Puffs. You have to dig to the bottom of the bowl to get all that gooey goodness up. There we go. Okay. I'm using my finger here. It is kind of a gooey, sticky business. I just set that aside to look later, off camera. You can imagine how much of a mess we would have on our hands if I hadn't greased things ahead of time. All right, move that out of the way, move the pan down here. Now we'll use our spatula to turf this out of the bowl into our 9x13 pan. Like I say, I grease things, so you can imagine what this would be like if I hadn't greased anything. It would be 10 times more sticky and messy. All right. All right, now you can take your glass that you greased and just start backing this down into the container. You can see even with the butter on there, it's still sticking. course, if you use a smaller container, so let's say if you used an 8 by what are they, 8 by 10, I think it is, 9 by 13, 8 by 10 container, then you would have thicker cakes, I guess would be the best way to put it. So this just takes a little bit of work. Get them all nicely packed down there. There we have it. So that's it. Now we put them in the fridge, let them set up, and then we can cut them into squares with a good sharp knife. And you might want to butter your knife when you set it up. So let's put them in the fridge. Oh, gotta make room. No room in the fridge. There we go. All right, so that's our recipe for today. It's that simple, that easy, that quick. And the kids will love them. And they're even better than Rice Krispie Squares in my book. I've had so many Rice Krispie Squares that the flavor just doesn't do anything for me anymore. But like I say, with the Cheerios, you got the choice of Honey Nut Cheerios, regular Cheerios, or multigrain Cheerios, or you could use Captain Crunch or Lucky Charms, or, well, let your imagination go wild and see what you come up with. But the basic thing is your 3 tablespoons of margarine and your 6 cups of marshmallows. And into that, just add 5 cups of whatever cereal you like. I guess you could even use cornflakes for that matter. Anyway, there's your easy to make squares. Hope you've enjoyed today's recipe. And until Friday, when we have our shout out, story time, and groaner of the week, take care, stay safe, and God bless. To my American friends, I hope you've enjoyed the past 4th of July. And to my Canadian friends, I hope Canada Day was special for you as well. So, we will see you in a week for more cooking, on Friday for our story time. Adios.